Well, good morning. We are going hiking again. This is a little parking area. This road goes down to Metcalf Bottoms. I don't know the name of the road. Trying to move a little slow. This over the hill goes back down to Townsend area. We are hiking this little Greenbriar trail. We've never hiked this one. We're going all the way out to Laurel Falls and back, and we were going to stop at the Walker Sisters cabin thing, home site. They're 6 foot way up there. She's already took off. I never can keep up with her, actually. She's so fast. Elevation here, she's got a new Garmin. We're trying it out. Elevation says 1966 from the trailhead. So we're gonna see how much we actually climb and stuff today. No snow. Nice trail too. So here we go. Okay, now we are 2.4 miles in. We're on the little gravel road that goes over to the Walker Sisters cabin. We were just talking about the history of this cabin and the sisters that lived here. I think the last one actually passed away in 1960s or something. But they lived in this cabin until they all died. Started snowing a little bit. Not too bad though. From the trailhead, the elevation was 1962 or something. We climbed about 470 feet or so over that first mile and a half, and we've been going downhill. What's our elevation now, babe?
2158.
2158. We have a new Garmin that we're testing out today. So it's really cool with the elevation.
Honey, we're home.
So this is the Walker Sisters place in the Smokies. If you've never been there, it's very beautiful. Really interesting history. You should look it up online and read the history and learn about it. This little house right here is the spring house. There's a little spring in there. They also use this inside there as like a refrigerator to keep things cool. Obviously, that's what a refrigerator does. And here's the cabin. And they also have a corn crib, I think is what it's called, that they built, which is this building here.
Must have been really short back in the day.
Yeah, they probably weren't as tall as you, babe.
You look at the door.
I think this cabin has like 2 sections. The first section was built by some earlier settler, I think, and then they added some to it. Let's walk inside. Oh yeah, your head's almost against the ceiling.
Must have been short men too back then.
I think this is the kitchen area. There's the fireplace.
Pretty cool to imagine.
Interesting, very low ceilings, you're right. But that would help with the heat and everything, you know. And this is the additional cabin that was added on. Looks like another fireplace. Trying to move the camera slow. This is the side door. Another big room. Oh, here's the ladder that goes up into the loft. Let me see if I can climb up here this just a little. So this is the loft area of the cabin. Pretty neat story and two-story cabin. And this is supposed to be the side back door. Nobody's here today, but we saw a couple of people on the trail. The trail is very nice, by the way. Very smooth, easy terrain, not a lot of elevation. Like I said, about 470 feet or so of climbing. There's the corn crib again. This is the back side of the cabin. There's a trail angel. My favorite one. This is the side. Very interesting. I read about the history of this place just a couple of days ago, and they actually lived here and they lived off the land. They made their own clothes, made their own crops, had their own food.
Yeah, it's so cool just thinking about, like, looking at this and thinking about
The
what
history.
all went on.
Yeah.
What they did, what they would be doing right now.
Not a care in the world, just living day to day.
Yes.
Well, if you ever get a chance to visit this place, it's a pretty easy hike. You can hike it from Metcalf Bottoms Trail as well, which is probably a little shorter than Little Greenbriar Trail that we took. Either way, if you ever get a chance to come here, do it. It's rich in history. Okay, let's hike. Okay, we just left the trail intersection for Little Briar Trail, and now we're back on Little Greenbriar Trail, and we're hiking it over to Laurel Falls Trail, and then we will come back. We needed to get that section. We're gonna do the Big Cove Mountain Loop pretty soon, and we needed this little section to finish that part of it. So I wanted to share a gear update real quick. Babe, so we got the new Garmin. Let's see the new Garmin. Yeah.
Solar.
Records elevation, temperature, heart rate, anything you can imagine. And it's awesome. That is her birthday present. Happy birthday, babe. What was that? And I got one coming too for my birthday from her. So we got each other Garmin's for our birthday.
Ordered the same date. I was happy to get one first.
And one thing I had a problem with hiking in pants is I didn't have a hiking belt. At least one that was comfortable. I used my regular leather belt and it was no good.
What is that from?
A pile of poop.
What's it from?
I don't know, coyote maybe. So I wanted to get a belt, and we found these hiking belts that are like kind of elastic. So you can, and they have just a snap buckle. They snap together and they're pretty stretchy. So, and they're made out of some type of fabric that's soft. So they're way better than what we were using. Maybe show them the belt. You see the little snap. Yeah, it's got the little snap.
Arcade.
Stretchy.
The brand.
So nice. And one other thing that I wanted to mention was my Achilles heel for hiking has always been my hands. They get so cold so fast. I don't know why. Melissa's feet get cold. My hands get cold. And they're always cold. And I never can keep them warm. So I did some research and I got me some mitts See if I can get it here. So I found these mitts, just REI brand, Goose Down. And they make a world of difference. My hands have not been cold at all today hiking. I bought some hand warmers to throw in them too if they get really cold, but haven't had to use those.
But tell
I'm
them
breathing
the
heavy.
cons of it.
Yeah, the cons.
No dexterity.
6 Foot just mentioned to tell the cons of these are you have no dexterity whatsoever. So to do anything, you have to take them off. But you can hold hiking poles and do a few things. So I'd rather have warm hands and just take them off, I guess, than fiddle with the gloves. But the gloves I have to take off generally too. What, babe?
24:15.
She just gave me the elevation update because we've been climbing. That's why I'm breathing so heavy. 24:15 is where we're at now. So we went down to the Walker Sister cabin back up. So we climbed a little over 500 feet now, but we're climbing heavy now. So I'm gonna get back to hiking. We made it. Little Greenbriar is not little. Man, that was a climb. What was our elevation, babe?
3803.
3803, and we started at 1962. So that's 1,800 feet plus of climbing. And I mean, it was climbing from the intersection with that trail, the Little Briar Trail, down to Walker Sisters cabin. It was climbing from there all the way to here.
You can do it. I did it off coffee and water.
So it was quite a climb, but as you can see, there's snow everywhere up here.
It's not that eat something though. My first food of the day.
We're at the trail intersection, Laurel Falls Trail and Little Greenbriar Trail. Let's see if I can get a picture of it here. There you go. It's a lot of fun. We hit the snow and ice at about a little less than 3,000 feet or so, and it was a lot of snow from there. But I'm gonna say one thing. These mitts rock. Love them. Okay, we're gonna have a little snack and then we're gonna head back to the car. So we're headed back down to the parking area that we came from. We had us a quick snack. Now we're just retracing our steps back to the car. I think it's 4.3 miles or something from the top. We brought our traction with us, but we haven't had to use it yet. The trail's had some snow and ice on it in a couple of places, but it's pretty clear in most areas. It's a really nice trail too. But as I mentioned a little earlier, it is not easy. It was steep. You can see some of the terrain. But we're going back downhill now, so it's pretty much all downhill. I can't remember where she said we were at, but we started at 1,960 feet or something like that. A lot of switchbacks. Really pretty trail. It's hard to get the views and stuff on getting picture or videos, but pretty much around every corner, there's been a nice view of Wares Valley and the mountains. And once again, 6 foot is gone. I never keep up with her. Okay, my hand's freezing, so I'm gonna hike. Sun came out. Well, we are we are right at almost 9 miles. We're almost back to the car actually. It's a little shorter than I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be closer to 11, but it ends up it's only gonna be about 10. This is the little Greenbriar trail between the cutoff on Little Briar Trail down to Walker Sisters cabin and back to the little parking area. That little parking area will only hold like maybe 4 or 5 cars, I'd say max. But this trail's pretty worn, very smooth. You can see it's nice terrain. And we're out of snow, so it's kind of dry, just easy walk here. We still gotta go down about 400 or 500 feet. It's really nice views. It's hard to see from the trail, on the video at least, but there's several places where you can see the mountains. We were up on that ridge a little earlier, hiking down from there. Two new trails for us today that we get to mark off. We'd actually done a portion of the Little Briar Trail from Metcalf Bottoms up to the cabin, but this little Greenbriar Trail and that half-a-mile section of Little Briar Trail that we had left, we finished today. So I think now we are at, I added it up the other day, not sure about today's mileage exactly, but we were right at 117 miles of our 900 mile goal for the Smokies. So today will be, I got to count the Little Briar Trail as well, so somewhere around 5 or 6 more miles. So we'll be around 123 miles of trails in the Smokies now after today. When some of the roads open and the weather gets better, we've got some longer and bigger hikes planned for in the spring to finish up around Kate's Cove. So those will be a couple of 15, 16 milers or so. Looking forward to that. May do some overnight camping maybe, who knows. Okay, well, we're getting close to getting back to the car, so I'd say this will be it. Have a good one.